Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show. It's Rob and Sandra from My Wife the Dietitian, and this is Nutrition Nuggets.
Here's a nugget for you, honey. It's a question from a listener, a guy in his early 20s. And I know we often say most of our listeners are women, but in this case, it's a guy in his early 20s.
It's a dude. It's a bro.
Yeah, and the listener has a question. Can I gulp down a raw egg for the protein?
I think that concept has been around. What was that movie with Paul Newman in it? Remember that? Like ages ago, Easy Rider or something like that. And he ate like 100 raw eggs. He just kept cracking raw eggs and eating them. Like it was this.
Oh.
I mean, that concept has been around. I feel it's a guy thing. That's just my feeling. It's this kind of like rite of passage or some kind of like bro kind of thing that guys do to make their muscles big, or they think it's like the ultimate like animal caveman form of getting their protein.
Yeah, because it's not cooked.
That's been around forever, that idea, yeah.
So there's a couple things to this, and I think most people say, oh no, salmonella, oh my God, raw eggs, that's so gross, which is true. But there's another aspect that we don't hear about. And I want to talk about that.
Okay.
So the body digests proteins by breaking them down after they've been denatured. Mm-hmm. So cooking helps to unfold the protein structure, making it more accessible to digestive enzymes like pepsin.
Okay.
So in its raw form, the proteins are more resistant to the enzymatic breakdown. So in raw egg, like egg whites actually, there's a protein called oval albumin. So it's like albumin, which is a protein in our blood, but it's oval albumin. So ovalbumin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not denatured in its raw state. So it's not bioavailable for digestion when we eat raw eggs.
So you're not like getting the protein kind of thing?
Exactly.
Or your body isn't able to process it. Like the protein is still in the egg, right?
It's bound up though, because it's, as I mentioned, the ovalbumin, which is the protein in the raw egg white,
mm-hmm.
is not denatured in its raw state. And it has to be denatured.
For our body to like receive it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
To make it more accessible to the digestive enzymes. Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of flax seeds. Like if you, like what we were saying about flax seeds, when you eat just the whole seed, your body doesn't break it down and it just passes through you. And that's why you need to ground the flax seed to get the stuff from the inside. So it's kind of reminds me of that. Like,
okay.
This is sort of how our body processes the different things we put in it. And yeah, so that's interesting. I mean, it seems like logical that if you just eat the egg, it would be no different than if it was cooked or not cooked. But
yeah, so the body digests protein, as I mentioned. Like so, after we cook it, it helps unfold the protein structure. So that makes it more available for our digestive enzymes. And there was a study in the Journal of Nutrition, and it showed that 90% of the protein in cooked eggs is absorbed, whereas 50% is absorbed in raw eggs.
Oh, okay.
So in the raw form, the proteins are more resistant to our body's ability to break them down.
That's why you have to eat so many. As Paul Newman was on, that's why he needed to eat 100 raw eggs.
No.
Oh, no, what? Sorry, you know what? It was hard-boiled eggs.
Okay, that's a totally different. That's a different conversation.
I just have this picture of this movie of him just eating eggs like they're, yeah, anyway.
There's another aspect to this too. So the biotin, you've heard that eggs are high in biotin, which is a B vitamin. It's vitamin B7.
Mm-hmm.
And the egg whites also contain avidin, which is another type of protein. and it tightly binds the biotin. And biotin is important for metabolism and energy production. But when the avidin binds to biotin, it prevents the absorption and it indirectly interferes with normal metabolic processes like protein utilization, meaning you're not going to get the protein that you're eating from the raw egg because the biotin, which helps the whole energy production and metabolism, it's bound up and it's not available for our body to use if it's in its raw form.
It sounds like chemistry class. Do you remember in high school, and one of the things you sort of learn in chemistry is that substances sort of change their chemical state, I guess, when it's heated. And that's kind of what's happening here, right?
Yeah, because when it's in its raw form, it's not denatured. So it's still intact, and we need to have it cooked and denatured to be able to access the nutrition.
Right. So what about those, you can buy the egg whites in the little carton. What are they called?
Oh, like simply egg whites?
Or egg beaters or something like that?
Yeah, there's one that's just the egg white, and there's one that's the whole egg.
Right. It's like liquid eggs, right?
That's right.
So are those denatured?
Yes.
Okay.
They're pasteurized.
Pasteurized. So they've been cooked or processed or whatever has to happen to it. So they're fine if you want to like drink that in your smoothie or...
Yeah, that's actually something that I do suggest people add to their smoothie for a protein addition. I mean, you don't have to use that. You could use protein powder. You could use Greek yogurt. You could use cottage cheese, soft dessert tofu. There's lots of different additions in a smoothie that offer protein, but not a raw egg, just because you're not going to get the actual protein from the raw egg.
Right.
And second thing, and this is what most people think, the risk of salmonella is very high with raw eggs by eating raw eggs.
Because it would be, is it in the egg or is it just sort of on the shell, and as you crack the egg, it could touch the shell, or is it part of the actual substance of the egg?
Both.
Okay.
It could be both.
Okay.
Yeah. Salmonella, the bacteria, lives in poultry or in chickens. So it's very likely there's salmonella bacteria in the chicken. So say you don't cook your chicken well enough and it doesn't reach that temperature to kill the salmonella, your chicken might be a way that you might get the food poisoning, like the salmonella, or cracking the raw egg and drinking that, because you think where the eggs come from. We have chickens. We know that it's the same.
There's one exit for everything.
Exactly. So a lot of times there could be chicken poop on the shell of the egg, and it could be microscopic. You don't know exactly if there's salmonella on that eggshell. In all likelihood, there is.
Yeah, just assume there is.
And when you crack the shell, it's getting right into that egg that you're going to eat. So if you're eating it raw, there's a high likelihood of you getting food poisoning. But you're not getting much of the protein anyways, because as we mentioned, it's not denatured. So
yeah, true. Oh, that's good to know.
So yeah, uncooked proteins are harder to digest. The raw egg whites contain the major protein called ovalbumin, which is not denatured in its raw state. It's not unfolded. It's all folded up. So we can't actually get to it with our enzymes. And so the body digests proteins by breaking them down after they've been denatured, like unfolded. And the cooking helps to unfold the protein structure, making it more accessible to pepsin, or digestive enzymes that break down these proteins.
Gotcha.
So in the raw form, these proteins are more resistant to that enzymatic breakdown, and therefore our body doesn't get all the protein that's offered by that egg.
Right.
50% of it.
So if you want to drink raw eggs, buy the little carton of egg whites that's been pasteurized.
That's right. Or eat cooked eggs.
Yeah, or eat cooked eggs.
That'd be a better way to do it, is just when you want your eggs.
Well, I think part of the appeal is that you just crack it in the glass, drink it, and go. Like it's a 30-second process. Whereas cooking an egg is a little bit longer, more involved, requires dishes, yada yada. So, yeah, if you want that quick egg fix or whatever it is that you think you're getting, yeah, there are healthier solutions available.
Yeah,
in the egg aisle.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's already liquid. You just open it and pour it in a glass. There you go. There's your nutrition nugget tip of the week. If you want more information, more tips, check out our website.
And we do have a couple other episodes that we will link in the show notes about eggs. One is the egg, the whole egg, nothing but the egg, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's a few episodes that we'll link when we talk about cholesterol in eggs and all the different controversies around eggs over the years. So those are in the show notes.
Perfect. Our website is mywifethedietitian.com. We've also got a weekly newsletter you can subscribe to. It's free to join. You'll find a link for that on the website. If you have questions for us, things you'd like us to discuss on the show, let us know. You can email us at mywifetherd@gmail.com. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Feel free to leave us a comment there. We love hearing your reviews, your feedback, any ideas you have. Super helpful for us. Something else that's super helpful is sharing with a friend. I'm sure your friend would love to know that you found a great show, and it's awesome for us to have new listeners. So that is it for today. We will be back on Monday with another full episode. So until then, have a fantastic week, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.